Hey everyone, it's Dora from flippinghousesandpancakes.com, and I thought today we would do a little bit of experimental cooking. We're going to make 2 different chicken dishes using up a bunch of my ingredients that I want to get rid of before Pesach or Passover comes. Alright, so we're going to do 2 different chicken dishes. One is for tonight and one I will keep for later in the week. And we're going to try and use up however much we can of the stuff that's sitting here in the corner of my kitchen. I did empty my pantry earlier today, and I took everything out. I cleaned it, wiped it down. It's all ready for all of my Pesach, my Passover stuff to go in there, which is good because I've already started shopping. So I wiped it down, and I can't put any of this stuff back in there. We're going to try and use up as much of this stuff over the next 2 weeks as we can before I turn over my kitchen and make it completely Pesach-like. But in the meantime, we will use what we've got here and a few things that we've got lurking in the freezer and the fridge and try and pull off some fun dishes. These are made up on the spot, 5 minutes ago. They're made up 5 minutes ago, and at the end of the video I'll tell you how they came out. So hopefully they're going to come out delicious. What I did for the first dish is we're going to make an oven stir fry. I've been cleaning. I don't want to have to clean more dishes, so since I have enough cleaning to do, we're going to do the stir fry straight in the oven. I have chicken breast here. It's about 2.5 pounds of chicken breast, and I cut it up into nice chunks. And I'm going to add some sliced onion that I already sliced half of it. I'm going to slice the other half of it. I just feel like that's going to kind of caramelize nicely and will taste good in a stir fry. And we're doing this all in the oven because, like I said, I have enough cleaning to do. I don't want to have to clean that too. So we got the stir fry onion in. I washed a bunch of mushrooms. Now I like to take the bottoms off the mushroom. Some people pull the whole stem out. It's your food. Do however you want. I'm not a fancy chef. I'm a home cook, so I do it the way I feel like I want to do it. Today I'm just cutting the bottoms off and kind of cutting them in half and then into other smaller pieces. So we will have onion in this, chicken, mushroom, and then I found something in my freezer that we can clear out and put it in my stir fry here. So let me cut up the mushrooms. Now the reason we're clearing out all this stuff is because of course Pesach is coming, and if you don't know about Pesach, we do not eat chametz. We don't eat leavened bread, essentially, or anything made out of that. We don't eat crackers. We don't eat bread. We don't eat Cheerios. We don't eat any of those things. So I'm trying to take away a lot of the stuff that's sitting here. I use up whatever I can, and whatever I can't, we can sell and then buy back after Pesach. It's a complicated process, but it's not a big deal. So I am almost done with the mushrooms. And I do this every year. I challenge myself to make interesting dishes out of whatever I find in my freezers and fridges and cabinets. And I've come up with some really bad dishes over the years, but I've also come up with some really, really tasty dishes. So you never know. You never know what you're going to come up with. You just have to think what foods might taste good together and go for it. And it looks like I'm actually going to be able to use up a good amount of some of my condiments too making this. So that's exciting. I don't have to store them. All right, I found a bag of sugar snap peas. I had bought them once and I didn't have time. I don't know, we were leaving town or something. I couldn't eat that, whatever it was. I couldn't eat them in time, and I was afraid they would go bad, so I washed them, dried them, and froze them. We're gonna add that right here. Obviously, if you have a bag from the, that you just bought in the grocery store. If you had peppers, do peppers. I don't have any peppers, so this is what we're having. Onion, mushroom, and sugar snap peas with chicken. All right, I'm gonna make a little dressing to put on it, and I'm out of cornstarch, so we're not putting cornstarch or flour. I hope it thickens. I hope it thickens in the oven. Here's hoping. All right, I'm thinking we're gonna go a little Asian. It's a stir fry, so we're gonna start with soy sauce. I'm gonna put even amounts, equal amounts. I've got soy sauce. Let's see. I've got. This is hoisin sauce. Have you had any of this? This is delicious. Okay, a little sweet, a little tangy. A little gloppy. Look at that nice gloppiness. Like Dr. Seuss. A little gloppy. You can tell I have 5 kids, right? Okay, got that. I don't think I have quite that much sesame oil, but you know what? We're just gonna put whatever I do have in there. And I didn't bring my mirin. One minute. Get some mirin. Let's go ahead and add that. Same amount of mirin, all very good kind of Asian-y flavors right there. And that's it. That's what I've got. So, did I use up my soy sauce? You know what? It's really cooked. Nah. I'll use it again another time, right? I think it'll be okay. But look at that. I used up my sesame oil, so that's really nice. And I'm close to finishing my, there's still a hoisin sauce stuck in there. I'm gonna mix it up. It smells really good. It smells like I need scallions, but I don't have any. We'll use the white onion, and it'll be good. Okay, so I'm gonna mix that up. That hoisin sauce that's all gloppy in there that I gotta get it nice and blended in. I'm gonna pour it over my chicken, and if I'm lucky, it's gonna taste really good. Not a big fan of the whole raw chicken getting under my fingernails, so we'll toss this with some gloves on. Okay, I'm gonna just take it. I'm gonna toss the whole thing on this sheet pan here, and I'll show you a close-up in just a second. And then we're gonna throw it in the oven at 400 degrees and let it cook and caramelize and hopefully become a really tasty dinner. This is a stir fry. It's ready to go in the oven. You can see the chicken breast, the onion, the mushrooms, and the sugar snap peas. And look at all that delicious sauce that we made with the soy sauce, sesame oil, mirin, and hoisin sauce. So I'm gonna throw this in the oven at 400 degrees and hopefully it'll be delicious when it comes out. Okay, we have the stir fry in the oven and we're gonna make another simple dish that's again similar to foods that I've made before, but I am going to have to manipulate it a little bit because of using up the ingredients I have and because of the ingredients I don't have. So I'm actually gonna make a beer battered schnitzel. It's going to be oven baked again because again, don't want to fry and I don't want to have to clean the frying pan when I'm done. So I will have bowls to clean, but I don't want to have to also stand there and fry it. I have a lot to do, so we're going to try and make this quick. All right, now I'm completely out of flour. I did mention that before. So we're going to make the beer batter using breadcrumbs. We'll see how this goes. It'll be fine, right? I think so. I'm going to put most of the breadcrumbs into my batter, and the rest I'm going to put in here just for a little extra kind of tossing. I'm a little afraid. Let's make it more even. Okay, so we're going to put some in the batter, and then we'll dip it into the regular crumbs, and then we'll put it on there. Now, also, they were flavored crumbs. Look at that. I used up the whole container. So that's really exciting. That was the whole point. We're going to take some garlic. I'm just going to open these because it'll make it simpler. Making these a little flavored. We've got some garlic powder. Now, the crumbs were flavored, but they're not very, very flavored. So we're going to add to it. Some garlic powder. I got some paprika. Ooh, that's going to give a pretty color. Let me do 1.5. Well, 2. Let's do 2. 2. I like that nice color in our chicken. Put a little bit of salt. a bit of salt there. And then, of course, the very important ingredient, which is our beer. I'm going to add beer and make our batter. Hopefully, it will thicken nicely like a beer batter would thicken when you use flour. You're going to find out. This is part of the fun of experimenting right before Pesach, is you never know if it's really going to work. So, I have another 2.5 pounds of chicken breast. I actually bought one of those. We have big packages at our Costco, and I bought a big package and split it in half. Half for the chicken that's in the oven, and a half for the chicken. Oh, it is thickening. It is thickening, so I don't know. We're going to find out. I think it's too thick. I don't know. I could smell the beer. Okay. You can't smell the beer, but I can smell the beer. Not really a big fan of beer, but I don't mind cooking with it. Wow, it's really thick. All right. Well, we're going to find out if this is going to work. Okay, I'm going to put all this chicken breast. Let's just put it all in at once. That sounds like a good idea. We don't have to deal with it too much. Let's put that all in at once. And now I'm a little worried that it's too thick. Oh, it's like, well, we're going to smush it. It's going to be fine. We're experimenting on YouTube all together. Here we go. It's really thick, way thicker than when I made this with flour. Oh my goodness. I mean, it smells good. It's just so weird. Look at that. Look how weird that came out. I don't know if you could see it. Let me bring it up to you so you can see. Look how thick it came out. I think I should add a little water to it. I don't have any more beer. That was my last beer left over from Purim. Beer is not kosher for Pesach, so I wanted to use it. Maybe I better add a little water. Let me add a little bit of water. Hold on a second. Just because I'm stuck and trapped. There we go. We're going to add a little bit of water. Just a half a cup in hopes that that makes it better. This could make it way worse. I don't know. Okay. Here we go. Well, it's definitely wetter. It's definitely, yeah, it's wetter. Okay. I don't know how this is going to go, you guys. But that's okay, because it's almost Pesach, and I got to use up stuff, and maybe it will be amazing, and I'm going to want to do it every time like this. I don't know. I mean, it's coating the chicken nicely. What do you think? I'm going to put that on there. We'll just keep moving on and dipping this, and I don't know. Part of the fun is trying out new things and experimenting. When you're trying to get rid of stuff anyhow, it's like the perfect time to do it, and it's also harder for your kids to complain about it. You're like, no, it's almost Pesach. We had to make beer smushed chicken in breadcrumbs, schnitzel. It's just a pre-Pesach schnitzel, that's all. I think this is great. Oh, wow, I could like pat on extra batter. Never had batter that was quite so thick, but maybe this will be amazing. Maybe we'll come out with like a really good schnitzel coating, and I'm gonna want to do it every time. You learn new techniques by accident sometimes, so you never know. Pat some more with it. There we go. Oh yeah, I mean, it's looking good. I guess we'll find out at the end of the video if it's tasting good too, but it definitely looks good. I would love to hear if any of you have done any experimental cooking, especially leading up to Pesach, or any other moment where you realized, this is all I have in my freezer or my fridge. I feel like we all had that kind of experience for a while when it was hard to get things in the grocery store, or it was hard to go shopping, and you just kind of came up with something, experimented with something that you had. And so that's always fun. This is really, I mean, it's weird. It's really weird because it's really thick, but it looks really good, actually. So it smells good. I'm almost done. I have extra batter. I don't know what to do with it. Okay, I just have to add extra batter to my chicken. This will be amazing. I've never seen such a thick batter before, but let me think. Put Smear some batter, pat it a little bit. Okay. Yeah, no, let me know in the comments what fun things you've made. What fun things you've made when you were trying to use whatever random ingredients you had, and if they came out really good. I made some bad experiments. Made a icebox cake once with marmalade. It was really bad. It's really bad. So you learn what not to do, so that's good. I think I'm almost done. I have one little piece of chicken left in here. Okay. All right. Well, it looks pretty good. A little gross, but also pretty good. Like the batter looks a little gross. I think we will spray it and go ahead and put it in the oven and see what happens. Okay, so I am making this schnitzel. Look at it. It actually looks really good. Like maybe it'll have a nice thick crust. But I didn't really feel like frying it, and I don't feel like dousing it in oil. So I'm just giving it a little cooking spray. And we're going to put it in the oven, and I'll show you how it comes out. Okay, my 2 chickens are done, and now we're going to taste them. I've got this stir fry, and again, if I had had some flour or cornstarch, I would have added it to that dressing, and the sauce would have been a little thicker. But I am going to put some ramen noodles that I'm cooking up that I found in my cabinet. I'm going to toss it with this, and it's going to be a great dinner for tonight. But it is really hot, but let's see if we can try and taste it. Okay. Chicken, mushroom, a good flavor. I think that's going to be a winner. And yeah, that came out really delicious. I'm going to toss the ramen noodles with it, just right straight on the sheet pan, and my kids can go at it from there. I think it'll be perfect. They'll plop it on their plate and they'll have dinner. It'll be great. Now let's try the beer battered chicken. The schnitzel that was made without flour. It was made with breadcrumbs. Let's see. That's pretty good. Actually, I like it. It would probably be better if I had fried it, or if I put oil in the pan and then just sprayed it, which is at least fewer calories, I guess. But it's pretty good, actually. I'm going to eat the rest of this piece, but and I am going to show you a little close-up so you can see how they came out. But if you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for notifications so you find out every time I upload a video, and check out my website, flippinghouseandpancakes.com. All right, this is the finished stir fry. Check it out, check it out. Finished stir fry. Gonna add the ramen to it in a minute, and the schnitzel.